My abuse happened at a Sydney private boarding school in the early 1980s. I was 16 years old when my teacher started grooming me, and 17 when she was discovered, then threatened me and put me through a very public trauma. For years I didn't want to admit how vulnerable I was, so I tried to put the incident out of my mind. But in fact I was very vulnerable. A kid from the countryside at a ritzy private school. I was bullied and abandoned by my parents, and that teacher preyed upon me. I was an easy target. I suppose it was a game for her. I'll never know. All my adult life, I ran from the abuse, tried to live a normal life, but I couldn't escape its effects, which had dire consequences. I'm only just beginning to understand the many effects it's had on my life. At the worst, I can say that I'm lucky to be alive. But I have post-traumatic stress disorder to this day, which has gotten worse as I've aged. It has wrecked my relationships, sabotaged my career, and ultimately led me to flee the site of the abuse all the way to Manchester on the other side of the world. I've isolated myself, and I didn't really understand why. But now I go to We Are Survivors to talk with other men about my experiences and listen to their stories. I can't believe how much we have in common, even though we come from very different worlds. I have the same anxiety, the same anger, and the same problems as them. Through writing and talking, I'm learning not to hate myself and recognise that there is nothing wrong with me, but that something terrible was done to me. I have a lot of work to do, and it's very hard sometimes to get by. But I'm alive, I'm a survivor, and I mean to keep on that way.